This past week may be one of the most important weeks for nonprofits in 2026. New federal investigations, funding delays, and policy changes are signaling a major shift toward tighter oversight and compliance. If your organization relies on grants or federal funding, this directly impacts you. First, federal enforcement is ramping up. Reports indicate that the FBI and IRS have launched a joint initiative targeting nonprofit organizations for potential links to domestic extremism. At the same time, federal agencies have been directed to compile lists of organizations that may promote what are being described as extreme viewpoints. In addition, the White House has established a task force to eliminate fraud, focusing on misuse of federal funds. This move was triggered by high-profile nonprofit fraud cases and signals a nationwide push for tighter grant oversight. For nonprofits, this means one thing: documentation, internal controls, and compliance processes are more important than ever. Oversight is also increasing at the congressional level. The House Committee on Natural Resources has launched investigations into several major environmental nonprofits, including organizations involved in opposing federal oil drilling projects. Lawmakers are reviewing funding sources and organizational activities. This signals a broader trend. Nonprofits are no longer just service providers. They are now under policy and political scrutiny as well. At the same time, changes to federal funding systems are creating uncertainty. Proposed updates to the federal grant portal could introduce new certification requirements, and nonprofits only have a limited window to provide feedback. Advocates warn these changes could disrupt access to funding, especially for smaller organizations. Meanwhile, many organizations are reporting delayed reimbursements on federal grants, leaving them to cover large expenses out of pocket. In some cases, nonprofits are carrying hundreds of thousands of dollars in unreimbursed costs. Adding to the complexity, the U.S. Treasury recently sanctioned a global network accused of diverting charitable funds. This reinforces the government's focus on financial transparency and fraud prevention. At the state level, ethics concerns are also emerging. Reports in California highlighted undisclosed perks provided to lawmakers by nonprofit and special interest groups, leading to calls for stricter disclosure rules. At the same time, there is some relief. Recent court decisions have protected SNAP funding, helping stabilize food assistance programs that many nonprofits rely on. But overall, the message is clear. Oversight is increasing, compliance expectations are rising, and funding processes are becoming more complex. For nonprofits and government-funded organizations, staying proactive is no longer optional, it's essential.